Hi there and welcome back to my channel. My name is Vanessa and today we're going to be doing an update for the project Level Up that was started by Sophie Alexandra here on YouTube. The goal of this project is to choose a palette, use each shade a number of times, and hit that number of pans. So for level 1, you're going to use each shadow in that palette one time and hit one pan. Level 2, use every shadow twice and hit 2 pans. So last time I rolled in levels 1 and 2 because I had pretty easy palettes. So we're going to start with our level 1, which was the Natasha Denona. You can see my Halloween decorations. Level 1 was my Natasha Denona Glam Face Palette. And I will show you what it looked like before. And this is what it's looking like today. I hope you can see somewhere among the ring light is I did hit pan in the inner corner shade. It took me 13 uses to hit pan, and then I used it a total of 14 times. So I just used it one more time. This shadow really needed to be built up. I'm sure you can see that I really, if it doesn't wash out, I'm sure you can see that I really dug a hole in this shade because I needed to keep picking up more for it to like actually show up on its own. It's definitely like I probably wouldn't use it for my inner corner again. I'd use it as a topper shadow because it's just not pigmented enough to like be on the inner corner by itself. I did use every other shade literally one time. I would have used them more, but because my level 2 palette was the Going Coconuts, which is also a neutral palette, I didn't think it was necessary. So moving on, for the level 2 palette, like I just said, is the Going Coconuts. I'll show you what it looked like before. And this is what it looks like today. So I will hopefully, maybe I'll put up a picture because I just don't think you can see it. Well, hopefully you can see. I did hit pan in Decoco and Nutty. So to go through uses, I used what used to be, oh, okay. I have changed shades in this palette because I finished up Shredded and I finished up Palm Reader. I did replace Shredded with a different matte single, and then I just haven't, I left Palm Reader out. So anyways, so for Shredded, I used that 12 times, skipped, used Colada 3 times, Lovely Bunch I used twice, Cocoa Crush twice, Lovely Bunch twice, sorry, wrong direction, Get Kraken I used 5 times, Decoco I used 11 times and I hit pan on the 11th use, and then Nutty I used 7 times. So Nutty was fairly easy to hit pan on because I was using it as a liner mostly, and it's a very dusty shade, but Decoco, I think it's dried out. Like, it's a beautiful shade still, but it's definitely like, even just touching it, you can feel it's just, like, it's not very smooth. So it didn't take me that many uses to hit pan, but it's definitely not as creamy as it used to be. This is an older palette. I've had it for at least 2.5 years now, so I definitely want to get cracking and try and use up this palette sooner rather than later. But for now, we're going to roll in my level 3 palette. Okay, so I've pulled up pretty random, and I do have a few new palettes. Well, I have one for sure. I got the new Sigma Alice in Wonderland palette because I love Alice in Wonderland. And then I did place another ColourPop order, so I got their spooky mystery box, so I have a feeling there's going to be a palette in there. So for now, I have 116 palettes, so I have 2 to 116 because I do have a header. And let's see what we get. 93. Let's see what 93 is. Okay, not exactly the time of year I want to be using this palette, but I've rolled in my Natasha Denona Retro palette. I've never used this before. I have swatched it a few times. I definitely think I can hit 3 pans in here, but I will keep the caveat or the my rule that if I use a shade 40 times, I'm going to roll it out. Just because I want to keep this interesting, I want to keep this going. I don't think I'm going to end this project. I mean, I've just started it, but I don't think I'm going to end it in like a year or anything like that. I think I'm going to keep going until I have pan in all of my palettes. And that's going to be some time from now. So yeah, I think a lot of people know this palette. It's a beautiful pink, purpley, cool tone palette. I'm going to try and hit pan on at least one matte. They do have those cream to powder mattes, so I think that should be fine. I don't know what I want to hit pan on right now. I think I'm just going to kind of use it and see how that goes. Alrighty, well, thank you so much for joining me for this update. If you want to keep in the loop on how I do with this project, please subscribe, and hopefully I'll be posting more regularly. I tried to film something a couple weeks ago, and it just, no matter what I tried, it just wouldn't work out. And yeah, so I'm doing my best right now. So yeah, please subscribe. Check out everybody else that is doing the project level up, and have a great day, evening, or whatever. Take care of yourselves. Bye.